All right, hi you guys. I thought I'd make a short video to kind of outline some of the steps that we're going to do to get set up so we can learn some statistics. So I have this summary of some of the steps we need to do. We're going to go ahead and install something called Git. It's a version control system. It's pretty easy to download and set up, and it works really closely with GitHub. It's a nice way to sync your files on your local computer with files on this GitHub account that we will use to store our assignments and to store our completed files. Then we're going to set up a GitHub account. If you don't already have one, we're going to download and install R. We're going to download and install RStudio. We're going to download and install a program called Jamovi, which is for doing statistics. It's built on top of R. And I would suggest go ahead and download and install VSCode. It's a lightweight text editor. It's nice for programming in several languages. We're mostly going to use it in this class for cloning our repositories to our computer. It's going to be an optional thing, so it's listed as optional. I also included a link to this site, rdrr.io, where you can try out running some R code online if you want to. We're not going to use it in this class, but it's a place where you can try out some R code if you want to and not have something installed on your computer. So the first thing we're going to do is go to this site to download Git, and whatever, it's probably going to look at your computer and tell you what to download. There's something for Mac, Windows, or Linux, and I'm on a Windows machine, so I would go ahead and download this, and I'm going to download the 64-bit version. Most Windows, unless your computer's really old, is going to be a 64-bit version. And you're going to follow that instructions to install that. And I already have that installed on this machine, so I'm not going to go through the steps to install that here on this video, but I do have a couple videos I think in another part which talks about how to do it. So GitHub, if you don't already have a GitHub account, you're going to go to GitHub and sign up for one. And I already have an account, and it's going to show me as logged in here. And I'm going to go to one of my repositories, and then most of the time you're going to get in and see this, and you'll see all your repositories by clicking on repositories, and you'll see it. And I have a lot because I've made a lot of assignments on this, but sign up for it, and you might want to keep note of the email address that you use to sign up for this account, the username that you use for this account, and your password somewhere, because you're going to need those that information. Once you have downloaded and installed Git and you have your GitHub account, then you can go through these steps right here to set these things up. So this is going to be done in the command line or a terminal. I think in a Mac they call it a terminal. And in Windows, if you go to your Windows icon and type in command prompt, we're going to open up a command prompt. And you can tell if you have Git installed by typing git space -- version, and you should get a response. If you don't have Git installed, it's going to tell it doesn't recognize this Git command. If you do have it installed, then you can type in these commands. So git config -- global user dot email, and you would put in the email address that you use to sign up for your account, and that would be mine. I've already done this, so I'm not going to execute this command, but there it is. And the next one would be that git config global and user name. Oh, and you can, we can see if I already ran this. Git config global user email, and it's going to show the email address that I had. You need to put in the username, let's see. Okay, that's the username that I used, and if this is like that other one, oh, looks like I used my regular name. So that works. Okay, so once you have GitHub account and you've run these commands, then you can download and install R. And I don't know if I actually have R on this computer yet, so I'm going to go ahead and run it. I do have a couple videos I found which demonstrate some of this, but I'm just going to go to the R project page, and I'm going to go to, where's my download version? I'm going to go to download R, and usually just find a mirror in your country, and I'm in the US and I'm in the West, so I think there was one here for Oregon, and I'll click on that one, and I will download R for Windows. You want to download the version that is right for your computer, and the base, and here it is. I'm going to download R 4.12 for Windows. Takes a second to download. Now I'm going to install it. Ask me what language. Giving me some information on this, and of course we all read that. I'm going to click next. I'm going to just let it install into the default folder it selects, and I'm just going to let it do all the defaults, and I'm just going to leave that as how it is, and it's going to go into a folder called R. That works for me, and I don't care about desktop shortcuts, and this is going to associate R files with R data files, so I'm going to click next and let that install. And I'm going to click finish. Alright, so I now have installed R, and now I want to install RStudio. So I'm going to click on the link to go for RStudio Desktop, and I want to download RStudio for Windows. That's right for my machine. And we will install that. And we should be able to select all the defaults on this one too. And we'll just let this run its course. And we can click finish, and now we should have, if you type in RS, you should see RStudio come up on your computer. All right. Go ahead. So that is a great place. And let's see what else I have on here. Go ahead and shut that. Go ahead and shut that. Jamovi. I'm going to go to the download page for Jamovi and download the current version. And I will pause this while this is downloading. Okay, that download finished. So I'm going to go ahead and install Jamovi. And we should be able to take the defaults on this also. We can click finish, and once we've done that, we should be able to type in JAM on our computer. And you should be able to open it up, and it's going to look something like that. So, and VSCode, if you go to VSCode and click the download that's right for your machine, and you should be able to download that. And I already have that installed on my machine, so I'm not going to go through that download process on this one. So you should be good. That's some of the download stuff, and I think I have some other videos on showing you how to start using GitHub and either the web interface on GitHub or VSCode to download the files to your computer. So I won't do that here. I hope you have a good day. See you later.